Well, how about this report right out of the gates? Ezekiel Elliott has reportedly narrowed his options down to the Eagles, the Jets, and the Bengals. This news is according to Adam Schefter, who also reports that Zeke would like to make his decision by the end of next week. Elliott was cut by the Cowboys in a cost-cutting move earlier this month. That would be so weird. Welcome to Bird's Huddle, powered by PointsBet, along with Barrett Brooks. I am Taryn Hatcher. Barrett Brooks, could you stomach old Zeke in midnight green?
It depends on what Zeke I had. If I had the Zeke with the cutoff, all this Zeke, I'd be good with that because I mean, it'd be production. So yeah, you know. So I would not mind.
Can you imagine if he comes to town and they just give him a jersey that's already sliced in half? It'd be amazing. All right, that brings us to Barrett's three-point stance. Stance numero uno. Ezekiel Elliott, would help the Eagles. Now, last season was the first time in his NFL career that he actually failed to break 900 yards in the season, but he's dealt with some injuries the past few years. Still quite a bit of upside when it comes to this guy, though, especially what we've seen him do against the Birds specifically.
Well, I mean, that's what we do. Bring all your broken toys to the Eagles. They'll make them better and they start playing better. Hopefully we do the same thing with the back we have right now. You know, but I mean, that's exactly what it is. If he's healthy, Zeke could be definitely a good resource for us to go in the red zone. Have him there in the red zone would be great for. I mean, you look at it, he had 876 yards rushing. And he didn't even play that much, you know? I mean, 92 receiving yards. Come on, man. But he had 12 touchdowns. 12 touchdowns. So I said red zone. Have him down on the goal line. He finds the end zone, especially against the Eagles. 3-time Pro Bowler. In fact, he's one of the few backs that has over 1,000 yards total against the Eagles. So, yeah, Zeke Elliott in that midnight green for the Eagles, I would not mind it. Just as long as he didn't have Star on his helmet, I can be good with him. Well, plus, he's from the crib. He's from St. Louis. So, you know, Zeke, it's my guy, man. I wouldn't mind having him at all right now because he's no longer a Cowboy. I think his production can go up. And at the end of the day, as long as he doesn't do us like DeMarco Murray did, come up and steal from us like he did. But, you know, I was during the Chip Kelly era, so I kind of understand it. But one thing I will say, in our offense, I think he can fit our offense because he's not one of those guys you put in split back. You know, he's one of those guys you put in, they'll have to run like a pistol formation, an I-back formation, and have him run downhill. If you put him in that type of offense, he'd be great. You know, him and Jalen back there, pick your poison. He can run in between the tackles. He's going to get you those tough yardage. Keep the chains moving. I'm a believer in guys that can keep the chains moving. Like I said, that's why I'm so in love with, you know, with our tight end. I mean, Dallas Goedert is going to keep the chains moving. At this point, I really think that Rashad Penny will keep the chains moving. And I think Zeke Elliott will do the same thing, especially in the red zone. Keep the chains moving.
Plus, when you look back at DeMarco Murray, he went from the best O-line in the NFL to replace LaShawn McCoy with an O-line that wasn't quite as good. If you put him here, he is behind the best O-line in the NFL, but we'll see.
They didn't run him right either. They didn't run him right either. In that offense, and plus him.
Chip, do something wrong?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't run him right at all. So
all right, we're moving along to stance number 2. The Eagles should call the Titans about Kevin Byard. The all-pro safety is reportedly unwilling to take a pay cut. He's at an impasse with Tennessee. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
It worked with A.J. Brown and the Titans. Why not go back to the well? Do it again, especially for a player who's had 27 total interceptions since 2017. He's pretty darn good, Barrett.
Bonafide playmaker, come in. He would be perfect in anybody's defense. I mean, what he brings to the table is a big, tough, physical type of player. And I mean, in all actuality, he's probably making what he should be making. It's right around $14 million a year. And plus, we'll make the Titans eat a little bit of that contract. This will be great for this Eagles team. A bona fide Pro Bowl safety back there with those, you know, cornerbacks that are bona fide Pro Bowlers also. This would be something that, let's think about this, Howie. $14 million, going rate for a starting big-time safety in the league. You can put him in a box. You can play him outside. He can come down and play in a slot when you ask him to. And with the defense that they're running is going to be kind of a deep cover 2 type of situation that's going to be multifaceted when he can come down and play in the box sometime. A born leader. You see him right there. This is perfect for us. So, yes, I would like that. You know, this is, you know, going into his 8th and 9th year. He had 108 tackles last year. Give me that type of safety. Give me that type of production in our secondary. I can almost guarantee that this defense will be one of the top defense again in the league. I mean, it'd be like CJ GJ who? You know what I'm saying? So, Byard, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and pull it, pull it over their eyes again. Get this guy, he come back and play him again, and just like AJ did, and make him feel bad for making a trade. But yes, I would love that.
It was just earlier this week that we were talking about. That's the position where we're still looking for more. We're still looking for something very solid. All right, moving along to our last stance. Iowa edge rusher Lucas Van Ness is the latest draft prospect to come to Philadelphia for a visit with the Eagles. He posted this image on his Instagram account. It's been confirmed by reports that he is here to meet with the team. The Instagram story is like really where to break your own news here. On Monday, it was running back Bijan Robinson, also posted on his story. But your stance, the 10th pick, it's too high for Lucas Van Ness. I think when I was looking, 14 was the highest I saw him going in a mock draft. So 10, you're really giving him some credit. Well,
he reminds me a lot of a guy I played with named Brett Kiesel. And then when I looked at him in that Iowa uniform, he kind of looked like Brett Kiesel. A long, slender guy, about 6'5", 280 pounds. But, he could rush from the inside and the outside. But the only thing about him, he wasn't even a starter on his team. He came in and played in situational football, third down, and, played times like that. Yes, he's a guy that can go out there and mix it up, but, he has trouble against big offensive tackles that get their hands on him. But he's a high motor guy. He can definitely go out there and make some plays, but it's just too rich for us to get him at the number 10 pick. He's not worthy of that type of grade as far as getting drafted at the number 10. Now, I was looking right around about the maybe 19, 20 range. We trade back, get some draft pick, get some draft capital. But one thing he does bring to the table is versatility as a pass rusher. From the inside and the outside, he can come in and play. I just don't think at this point, we're going to reach up. That'll be a definite reach. That'll be a Marcus Smith type of reach for a guy to go get him at pick number 10.
Have you ever seen the cartoon Johnny Bravo?
Yes, I have.
He's got a headshot like Johnny Bravo. That's what I was trying to hear. All right, still to come.
Look.
Hey, you got the right shirt for it, too. Can we Photoshop his head on the Byard shirt right now? All right, still to come. Jalen Hurts is due for a massive raise, but just when will that deal go down? Plus, a former Eagles exec tells us why a shorter deal might be beneficial to the QB. Here's the playbook presented by your Philadelphia area Cadillac dealers. John Clark joins us in studio to discuss Hurts' situation. Plus, we'll get his thoughts on the possibility of Ezekiel Elliott joining the Birds. Stick around for all that and more.